Why, Fernando? Why must you abandon me? Where are you, skatesman? Why? Hey, troopers and grinders, we're in a very sad mood right now this week. With everything going on in MMA, from the UFC in the year of 2024 and in general the world. But I don't know why I would be feeling that way. Let's just say it just came onto me all of a sudden. I realized the world sucked. It just happened out of the blue. And you know what sucked too? The UFC in 2024 and a lot of its shows. Now there are some surprise gems. There are some diamonds in the rough, but for the most part, it's been a sandy ass cat litter box. And so I thought, what other way to celebrate this disastrous year and pray for its destruction in a month or two than by going through all the lowlights of 2024 for the UFC so far. Now, obviously, there are like maybe 4 or 5 shows left, so we could reach levels of depression and sadness and horror that we have not even yet reached in this year. But I don't know, man. Early half of this year, as well as the middle, are sort of hard to top. So, yeah, I think I'm gonna make the list early, and I'm calling my shot. Now, obviously, there's like Charles Oliveira and there's Stipe Miocic, and those could go pretty badly. But I was just itching for it. I was in the mood right now, troopers and grinders, to relay my horror and my anger onto you. So, sad stuff, Kobe. Sad stuff. What I miss? You missed absolutely nothing, Western Mass Climber, because we're just getting started with Tank Tier List Tuesday. Tell your family, tell your friends, Hank the Tank is live for his weekly tier list, and put a lot of effort into this one. Actually came into my head as I was walking. I tend to get a lot of my best ideas when I'm exercising. And this one just came up, man. It was how I was feeling at the time. And so now it has been reflected through my art on the channel. And I hope you liked my meme that I did on the Skate Tank MMA community post of me doing all my work for the channel in my bathroom, in my bathtub, Trumbo style. So anyway, this is my tier list I have over on my left. I hope that you could recognize some of the options I have for the list. I've got about 12 in all, but I can always expand on the list if there are suggestions from the troopers and grinders in the live chat Skate Tank crew, and I will include those and try to make my decision whether or not they earn a spot on the list, and if so, what tier they would fall into. And then I'm thinking, guys, once I'm done with my 12 and I add a few of yours, we could do an of all time saddest MMA losses as well. So if you have any ideas regarding what are like the saddest fights you've ever seen, saddest outcomes ever, include those in the chat too, because we're probably going to have an all-time list extension. Mavericks beating the Golden State Warriors by 4 points at halftime. Can I get a let's go Warriors? Yeah, let's go, dude. Wait, are you serious? Are they seriously down right now? No. That can't be. Are you fucking kidding me? Yeah, come on, man. Oh, that's an L. They should have been up by 20 points in halftime. I agree, Paradox the Chat. Bad for his money. Rob Hamzat S. Okay, I'll get to that. I will get to that. Nah. Yeah, well, it's half of us of loss already, okay? We might as well be grieving right now. But let's get to Hank the Tank. They'll come back. I know they will. Steph Curry is gay. Yeah, I see the way he chews on his mouth guards like that. Speaking of gay, look at this profile picture we got here. RAPE ego. Yeah. It's either to make fun of him or it's a bot who works for Rigo's channel who's just causing all sorts of madness as a troll throughout the internet MMA community. And I've seen these motherfuckers around in other people's channels. So look out for images and names such as this one. Crazy ass name. Tony versus Gaethje is the saddest, and nothing comes close to it. Well, yeah, that's one that I'll include in history. Let's actually add that. Justin versus Tony. There we go. Boop boop. All right, there's all time. Wait, what's my okay? Let me change the font just in case. Oswald. That'll work. There we go. All right. That's one candidate. Is that Murphy Barbosa? Yes, yes. In fact, it is Paradox to Chad. Let's get to my first pick. Okay, so let's decide between Hamzat Rob or Murphy Barbosa. See Bruno Silva. I mean, nothing. There we go. All right. Are we talking about 2024? Yes, we are specifically talking about the year 2024. But we do have an option on the left for all time losses. I'm just gonna go with yeah. All right, yeah. Let's start with the elephant in the room. Here we go. Oh yeah, there it is to start. There it is. Hold on, I'm streaming right now. I forgot to do this at the start. There we go. So the reason why I'm including this one, and let's move this to the front. There we go. Edson Barbosa was looking every one of his 38 years of age against Lerone Murphy, and after a very close first round, he just got battered on the feet, countered with almost everything he threw, and was out-grappled for 5 rounds of agony, in my opinion. He hardly threw any kicks or impressive combinations, and was fully washed after this fight. I think we can agree on that. We haven't seen Barbosa since, and Lerone Murphy continued his legend-killing ways by eking out a split decision with Dan 50K Ige. In conclusion, somebody chin this boring fuck already. Hello, Anakin MMA. How are you? Jones versus Gone? No, okay, I will include that. Steve Garcia versus Barboza was just announced. Get ready for Mean Machine to be in the ranks. Yeah, he will be. And I said that in a Discord server earlier today. I think Barbosa is going to get his shit rocked even worse than he did here against Murphy. Although, honestly, I would prefer him just getting finished by Garcia rather than just beaten up for 5 whole rounds. Jones having a good performance was sad, I know, and anytime that evil sadist succeeds or finds any success or happiness in life is an L for the world as a whole. But I'm going to, I'm gonna actually include that. Let's find it. Jones versus Gunn. Yeah, there's one specific. There's one image that I think we all remember from Jones versus Gunn. Why isn't it? Yeah, there it is. All right, I will make sure to take a photo of that. But where do we think Barbosa versus Murphy goes? What ranking do you guys have for it? I personally, I got it sort of up there, and it's not obviously the worst, but it's just sad to watch, especially since it had to be for 25 minutes. Like, that's something to consider, guys. There's like a really quick loss, and then that's sort of like a meme and sort of funny in a way, and then there are losses like, oh god, I have to keep watching this shit, and I know nothing's gonna change. You know, there's different categories of sadness. There's sadness that goes on forever, and then the sadness that is just happens in a moment, and then it sort of overwhelms you because you just have to consider it over and over again. Ngannou versus Joshua. I'll take it. I'll look at that. I'll take a picture. Yeah. God. And it's ironic that loss of Ngannou to Joshua. He went out in the exact same posture that Stipe Miocic did, like with his knee being like fully bent, and just going completely ragdoll on his back. Like, it was the exact same pose that Stipe got KO'd by him. And so for him to get slumped in the exact same way. It almost helps me like cope with it, but at the same time, nobody wants to see a good guy like Francis get absolutely just butchered like that. Sucks to see. Oh, yeah, there's the image I want. Yeah. I gotta assume that a lot of the injuries that fighters suffer when they're knocked out aren't just brain damage, but like what happens to your ligaments, your arms, your legs, like once you're actually falling back. Like, a bone pops out of place, a ligament breaks, and you don't even notice that it did because you're knocked out. Can you imagine like breaking something on your way down when you're knocked out and then waking up to horrible pain in an area you didn't even like expect? Jesus Christ, this is getting out of hand. Whoa! Holy shit, we got a member raid from the guru, the MMA guru. Izzy Adesanya's gyno listens to the guru. Shout out to Musical MMA for that fucking classic ass vid. Dude, I was trying to read people's comments. I'm trying to even place some of these images in their tier, and somebody said D tier one. Okay, there we go. Jones having a good performance was sad. Sorry, guys, I got to read through these comments first. Honorable mention in Ngannou versus Joshua, D tier. Okay, Western Mass Climber wants it at D. I personally was feeling fucking awful about it, but it's okay. Trying to get you raid, brothers. Thank you so much, Aaron Tats. Burns versus Brady and JDM. Yeah, but Burns suffered a worse loss, in my opinion. JDM, yes, that's there. Incoming. Hey, Cheddarhead, Guru Raid. Let's fucking go. Thank you very much, Cheddarhead. I appreciate it. Guru Raid. Guru. Mini Guru Raid. I'll take it, dude. Guru Raid. It's over. It's over. Oh my god, dude, you're right. I have to include Doombay versus Beck or whatever the hell his name was for that. Got that piece of fucking metal in his foot. I'm gonna remember that. Hold on. I gotta include that. The pig sends his regards. Oh, Guru Raid, Fat Man Army, Beast Lad. Yeah, I mean, I'm taking the City Light Project approach of I'm reading every single person's comment, regardless of it's a million of them. Members Raid, hello from the Guru, Piggy, oink, oink, oink. Jake Bateman, Guru members Raid, Piggy, Guru Raid, Guru. Hell yeah. Hey, I like that profile picture, by the way, to Forlan. It's a good one. Paul Schleer, Guru members Raid, oi, hello, Principal. Wow. The gang's all here. Man, awesome. Oink, oink, public raid. Guru sends his regards. Well, I appreciate the Guru, dude. Also, nice thumb picture. Isn't that from Kid Spies or something? Pig members, nice to see you. Guru public stream. Let's fucking go. Hey, I hope you guys hopped into Musical MMA's stream during his. I bet he's still streaming too. So go hit him up as well. He's a good guy. Also, he's got probably some of the best instrumentals in online MMA. And I know that isn't covering a lot, but it's definitely there. Time for Aiden Ross chat? Fuck no. Mini Guru raid. Oink, oink. Weak public raid. It is very weak. I need more. More. I want more. More. Piggy. Can't you see? Sometimes your words just hypnotize me. The Guru sends his regards. Is he a member of the Lannister family by chance? Quick read chat. Okay, I will. Oink. Yes, sir. Hey, Vanson is here. Always nice to see him. Someone need a debate. Yeah, I do need a debate. I need some people in here to debate me. I need to be in No Chill and Musical MMA for a raid. I am the public debater of MMA. Guy didn't notice. Big public stream. Fuck yeah. I'm acknowledging you for sure. Read, bum. We're trying. Is homie blind? I'm catching up, damn it. Oh, God. I have come here to kick ass and be a degenerate, and I'm all out of gum. Blood. Not even reading chat. I'm trying, bro. 0 out of 0 reaction. Hey, I'm happy, dude, but I'm not gonna be like, oh my god, I love you guys. I guess oh, like fucking Bo Burnham in that one thing. I'm not gonna suck a ding dong, because honestly, guys, I've had it before. Had a members raid before, dude. I felt it like I reacted to it like it was nothing. Did you add the Corey Hill injury yet? I did that a very long time ago. The MMA doctor, do the stream. Yes, this dude's funny. Boo! Well, I get mixed reactions. I bat 0.5. Rob's neighbor is here. I bet he was in Guru's chat before. Musical equals Guru's dad. Yeah, that's why they're so close, aren't they? This is a public raid. He fell off. Yeah, he did. Jones not top 10 heavyweight. Yeah, and he doesn't even deserve a spot in the top 10 GOAT list whatsoever. Like Guru said, for all his fucking cheating, and he's a bastard for the sport, hardly a representative for the sport. GSP sends his regards, by the way. Fuck you, Jones. And yeah, he's just crying about people making fun of him online. And yeah, I honestly think beyond just fights and how well you do in fights, it's who you are outside the cage and inside the cage that determines who you are as a great like athlete of the sport. Like it's for that reason that I put GSP and DJ above him, because he's pulling some coward shit at the very end. And that's a part of his legacy, regardless of what the results of the fights are. All his little manipulations, all the times he ruined events, canceled events. Like he's a tumor on the sport. How can you call him a great when everything he did for MMA was shit? But anyway, yeah, I'll put Murphy versus Barbosa in C tier. But let's move on to the next one. Someone else mentioned something. God damn it! Someone else had a suggestion. It was way up there too. Oh, what was it? Oh, it was Doumbé versus Beck. I'll put that up here. 1 second. Thank you very much for the raid, guys. I hope you had fun chatting with the Guru and dealing with a cope session of how UFC 309 is going to go. Praying for the anime Israel Adesanya story arc of Stipe Miocic just catching the sniffles and giving his world title shot to Tom Aspinall out of nowhere, and then Jones getting slept somehow. It's funny. It's getting to the point of like people are hoping that Aspinall just jumps the cage and just destroys Jones out of nowhere, like just a schizophrenic maniac, and not even like him subbing in to fight. It's just him going insane and just beating up Jones backstage. We're getting to that point, guys. It's honestly more likely to happen, but so I respect it. Doumbé versus Beck and fucking Goddard. Yeah, that was a horrible loss, dude. I remember that. He was doing great too, man. He was winning that third round. He would have won. Instead, he lost, and then he had a pretty dull fight afterwards, and we just haven't heard from Cedric Doumbé since. And I know that's PFL's like roadhouse of, oh, we're gonna have these fighters show up twice a year, so they're big stars, and we got too many organizations. So, but still, like Doumbé, it feels like he's been gone longer than I think he is. You know, Doumbé should have been one of those guys like Lupe Godinez, where he showed up like 4 times a year and had a bunch of stellar knockouts, you know, big highlight reel debut year. But instead, he got fucking he got Goddard. All I wanna do is smoke weed and listen to the guru, the MMA guru. Idiot son, just guy no listen to the guru. That is his magnum opus. Although his newest video did come close to exceeding it. Wake up 3 a.m. I'm thinking about Madison. Madison, I know this world is killing you. Eye pokes -1. Yeah, minus fucking 17. Thrill House doesn't even acknowledge it. Doesn't acknowledge what? Why don't you do picks for normal fight cards? I do ones for UFC. I just have Hanks, locks, and underdogs. And that's for the regionals. And then when it's UFC, that's when I do full card, because then I have my notes and I have maximum preparation for UFC, since that's what people come to see. At the end of the day, that's what people come to see. So that's what I do. I do sometimes full card predictions for boxing and also for Ryzen, and I'm going to have full card picks finished for Ryzen by the time I'm done tonight. So get ready for that on Thursday. I'm doing that with Idaho Skatesman. They're using the old glove so Jones can blind old man Stippy. He's got a 1-2. Old man Stippy. Yeah, that bastard's coming for you. Old man Stippy. He loves Lucas Tracy. He once wrestled him sometime in a gym far away. Old man Stippy. Undefeated GOAT on the same level as GM3. They're both late 30, early 40 years old. Did great, homie. Hope the raid did you good. Thank you. I appreciate Corey Simpson. He's a very nice person. Good old Corey. Who you got for Stipe and Jones? You really have to ask me. Like, it's one of those horribly booked fights where the outcome is so obvious that you almost want to pick the underdog just to spite the promotion that made it, you know? But it's like Islam versus Volk 2. Like, you just can't do it, you know? If you have any like real prestige or credibility for your picks, like, you're gonna pick the favorite. I'm sorry. So I have to, although I'm going to make the possibility of Stipe winning a very comedic and try to throw in like, oh, but if Jones cracks his toe open in the first round and then Stipe just stomps on it for 4 minutes, and then Jones whiles in agony on the floor for the rest of it and just bleeds out on the cage, and that's how Stipe wins. There's a possibility. People forget, man. Always got a bandage on his toe. This changes everything, man. Awesome on the Guru Wraith. Yeah, like the stream, guys. We can actually get some new people not affiliated with online MMA in here. Hank the Tank is Lost Soul Victim. Yeah, you're a musical victim. And anybody who actually knows that one stream that you did, and you know which streams they are, with good old Rigo, or you on your porch, just being a little creep and a leader of the Boy Scouts. Yeah. Anybody who knows about that is you are a victim of them instantly, because I mean, you're basically fucking academics of the MMA world, except somehow even worse, because you've done things that Rigo's never done. I guarantee you that. You talk about it willy-nilly, brother. Fucking email Melson is a better guy. Do a UFC 309 full fight breakdown and predictions right now. Okay, fine. What the public wants, the public gets. And I'm going to probably change some of these picks by the time that Thursday comes around, because I want to make sure that I have all my research in before I do my picks, because I've been sweeping, guys. I've been getting like 10 picks right on the card, 11 picks right on the card. Me and Skatesman, we have a Tapology league that we're a part of, and we're usually top 5, like pretty much week to week. So yeah, Jones is going to win. I think Charles Oliveira is going to win. I feel like Bo Nickel's going to destroy Paul Craig on the feet, because he has that in his back pocket. Vivian Araujo versus Karine Silva. I feel like that's one of the more likely underdogs. So I'll just go with Vivian for now. Rufy, I think he chins Lawn Top. Classic Fight Nerd performance. The Fight Nerds are fucking unstoppable this year. Every single one of them. So just pick them. Easy money. Jonathan Martinez versus Marcus McGee. I want to pick Marcus so bad, dude. I really do want to pick Marcus. Yeah, he had it, but he was having a close fight with Bolaños. JP Bays. Like, he's getting... Yeah, I don't know, man. I feel like Jonathan Martinez is going to get it done. It's going to be real sad. Chris Weidman versus Eric Anders. I mean, he was beating up Bruno Silva. And this guy barely beat Jamie Pickett by decision. That's terrible. Barrial beat him. Kyle Dawkins. Yeah, I think Weidman's going to get that done, because I feel like Bruno Silva's better than Eric Anders. Jim Miller versus Damon Jackson. Jim Miller, why not? Jim Miller gets it done. But I'll probably change that later. Tybura versus Denise. Denise is going to flatline Tybura. I think he's very underrated, and he's just improving everywhere. Very well-rounded fighter. And yeah, I mean, like, just from the moment that I watched a video clip of him saying that he was working on his takedown defense as his first fight in the UFC, like as a former kickboxer, I think this guy is going to take to MMA like a fish to water. Gall versus Brahimaj. I'm going with Gall. I think he had a really solid performance against Tafez. I think this is an invigorated Mickey Gall. Oban Elliott versus Basel Hafez. Probably going with Oban Elliott. And then Veronica Hardy versus Eduardo Mora. Veronica Hardy got taken down at the end of the 3rd round and bullied, like, towards the end. Like, Mora's sort of a tough nut to crack. I mean, it's likely that Hardy could adjust to her, because she's actually got solid fight IQ, but might go with Mora until further notice. So MMA would shove you in a locker. With that little Hitler mustache, he's the one getting shoved in lockers, guys. Hey, Hank. Hello, Andrew B. Gay shit. Do a UFC 309 full breakdown. I just did it. Okay. Jose decision was the worst I've ever seen. Honestly, not a robbery, but because I can sort of understand it at the time. Like, even I thought, like, God, they're just going to give it to Bautista, and they did. So I didn't have it like outside the realm of possibility. Now, if you want to talk about a horrible, horrible decision, fucking Carlos Leal versus Renat, rigged, just a rigged decision. So I'd talk about that one. Eagle is here. Wow, yeah, what a little pedo. Wow, Anakin. Anakin is here. Hank got knocked the fuck out. What is going on? AJ. Jones for sure. Yeah, sadly. Jones will win and keep ducking Tommy Aspinall. Yeah, he'll retire. Everyone's politely waiting for their comment to be answered, which is really, I appreciate it, guys. Jones by eye poke, 12-6 elbow in round 1. Yeah, he will. Yes. By them, like, bringing back the old gloves and bringing back the 12-6 elbow rule, they're just begging for John Jones to get a win here, which is so pathetic because this is already a layup, but they just can't, they can't possibly risk their GOAT losing. Their GOAT, not my GOAT. No, or anyone's GOAT. Chandler versus Olives, yeah. I think Olives is gonna. I think he could easily rock Chandler, but I think like at minimum he can just take the back and sub him. Eagle has beef with Clown Show. Eagle should have beef with himself. Honestly, he should have internal strife with himself because he's a fucking creep. Yep, facts. Not confident in his picks. Yeah, but I will be later. No, the picks are locked now. Eagle should be banned. He should be. Yeah. If he shows up again, I'm getting rid of him. Do you think Paul Craig pulls out some craft vet big meaty hooks and takes Bo to a decision? No, the only way that Paul Craig beats Bo Nickel is if he throws up his patented Paul Craig arm triangle. Because the thing is, Bo Nickel was in the guard of Paul Craig, and no, in the guard of Cody Brundage, as well as Jamie Pickett. Pretty sure it was Jamie Pickett. Yeah. And he was just laying there for a long time, like trying to get into better positions, but he was never like, oh, I'm on you to get in the arm triangle. Like there were times where he was stuck on top against his opponents. And I feel like if he lays about on top against Paul Craig, he's going to be in that. There's going to be a chance that Craig gets that triangle. But if he stays on the feet and just beats up Craig up there, just like Kyle Baralho did, then it'll be easy street. Fez versus Elliott is tough. Yeah, it is. Nah, Craig is done. He is super done. If you're getting subbed by Brendan Allen and KO'd by a grappler like Kyle, it's over. Yeah, he's obviously the whipping boy. I'm going Marcus. Yeah, I hope that Marcus gets it done. I really do. Craig catches him with the triangle. That would be wonderful. Bo is one of the best D1 wrestlers the UFC's got. Anakin, Kyle from the Fighting Nerds. Yeah, the Fighting Nerds get it done every single time. And here's the thing. This is how MMA works, guys. Once one Fighting Nerd loses, all of them start to lose. It's like city kickboxing. Once one domino falls or one card falls down in the house, it's all falling down from there. So to wait for the nut to crack. Wait for one of them to lose and then start picking against them. I mean, he's not just a grappler. He went toe-to-toe with Cannonier. Yeah, he's getting better for sure. I think Bo Nickel is overrated and gets it done by decision. Yeah, but he is a finisher. He is a finisher, though. He's not a non-finisher on the level of Magomed. Eagle MMA is a disgusting human being. Yep. Bo is underrated, to be honest. Until he has a better performance than his last one, I can't say that. Good old Larry is here. What's up, Larry? I meant Bo beats Paul by decision and doesn't just smoke him on the feet. That's true. That's true. But maybe he clips him and then gets a sub. Eagle should be banned from Earth. He should call him Bum Nickel. Prior to fighting Jared, Kyle, last fights before with fair fights were by sub and decision. Yeah, so we can get it done in all sorts of ways. Anyway, let's go to Hank. Without further ado, let's go to Hank. By the way, thank you guys for commenting and as somebody else mentioned, waiting patiently for me to answer all your questions and your comments. I appreciate it because every comment's special, in my opinion. Oh, aren't you all just the wonderful things? Isn't that special? So you're all your own special snowflakes, and Hank the Tank had to make sure to read every one of your comments because all of them, I'm sure, had some thought and effort produced in them, even if it was very little. But let's get to Hank the Tank's next candidate. Here we go. Uh-oh. You guys will know this one. Yes, sir. And the sad thing about this is I was actually happy about Weidman winning at the time because Weidman had hypnotized me into thinking that he was just a poor vet who was never going to get a win again. And he's so delusional. There's no way he possibly gets another win in the UFC because of that broken leg. And then he tricked all of us, man. He made us have sympathy for him when he was putting his, hands down, waiting for a guy to knee him so that he could claim it was illegal. Fucking bastard move from Chris Weidman. And in general, he just seems like a delusional prick. Like, I can't believe I ever had sympathy for this guy. Even with it took a literal leg break from Uriah Hall for me to feel bad for Chris Weidman. But this dude, like, he is so in his own head. And his dad is too. Like, his dad has a fucking ego. Oh, he's still my boy. He's my boy. You know? Weidman and his dad just seem like sort of, I don't know. There's just something so dumb to their mentalities. But anyway, yeah, Chris Weidman cheated his way to a win. Bruno Silva lost to Chris Weidman by technical decision as a reward for being poked in the eyes more times than I can count. Should have been a disqualification win for Silva, but instead, to appease the Atlantic City, New Jersey crowd, the officials just read the judges' scorecards up to the point that Chris Weidman eye poke KO'd him and they still gave it to Weidman. He then got pretty much ragdolled and dominated by Ismail Nardiev, did Bruno Silva. And I'm pretty sure he's going to get cut from the UFC soon if he hasn't already. So thanks for ruining a fresher middleweight than you's career, Weidman. Appreciate you, you delusional, desperate to win old bastard. So, yeah, this is one of the worst, to be honest. Like, I can't believe I celebrated this because yeah, Weidman's just a prick. And if you watch that Ariel Helwani interview, like he didn't apologize once for eye poking Silva a million times. And he's still saying that he did nothing wrong. And it was just like hugging, Bruno Silva, like, oh yeah, great fight, man, great fight. No, oh, I'm sorry, I poked you this many times. Like, oh, it's just in the nature of the game, like, and he hurt me on the eye. He eye poked me once, so therefore I can do it 10 times. Such a little victim complex, dude. And a manipulator to boot. But yeah, Weidman, he ruined the career of Bruno Silva. He just did. Think Bo knocks him the fuck out? Yeah, I think so too. Sub is also possible from Bo, but after he's done good work on the feet. Even a dominant decision with all the takedowns. Destroyed his career. Yep. I'm pretty sure he's gone from the UFC. Can someone confirm that? I think it was recently too. Might be wrong about this though. Oh, he's suspended. 6 months. October 11th. Huh. Okay. He's not cut, but he might as well be. The odds for a decision with Bo Nickel are 9-1. I'm trying to gaslight people into thinking Paul Craig isn't complete garbage and doesn't just get chinned. I see. Wow. you let everybody see your cards, man. Anakin, the goated clips. That is true. Ezekiel, you say it enough, it'll stick. Yep. Warriors up by 9 now. I knew it would happen, dude. It's fucking who is it? Who is it? Oh god. There's Steph Curry, and then there's god damn it. He's the guy, he's the tall guy. The Klay Thompson. Klay Thompson fucking returned. So that the Warriors should be dominating right with Klay on the fucking team. So true, AJ. I got a second bet for Bo by KO under 1.5 rounds to make up if the decision doesn't hit. Good bet. I hate Adesanya. Me too. That came out of nowhere, but I guess it's true. Paul Craig by triangle. Yes, sir. So where are we placing this on the tier list? So I got the S tier, A tier, B tier, and C tier. Where do you guys think this goes? Yes, sir. No, Klay is on the Mavs now. Oh, he is? So it's actually Steph versus Klay. That's a good freaking game. That's cool. Put that shit in S. Ooh, people are not happy with that. Craig hasn't got a triangle in years. Corey Simpson thinks that it's B tier. What's my exact bow pick? What do I picture in my mind? I think it could be a Bo Nickel second round KO. I honestly think it could be a Bo Nickel second round KO. Second round sub also makes sense though. What are the tier orders? They are C, B, A, and S. So there's S, and somebody said B. So maybe a good mediator is A. And what do the tiers mean? So C is like, yeah, it's sad, but I'm gonna forget about it tomorrow, and like, oh, life goes on. Doesn't really impact the fighters all that much. It's just a sucky outcome. B is, okay, there were consequences to this loss, like big consequences coming into the fight, and now this has happened, and oof, and now this one really sucks. If there was a bad injury or something happened that is just like way more tragic. A is like, I mean, what's the difference between S and A? I just thinking about it, like S is like, oh my god, this person's career is over, or like this is the worst possible outcome. I actually got sad watching this. Like fan reaction is like everybody was fucking sad and depressed coming out of it. A is like some were sad, some weren't sad. The injuries weren't that bad. They'll rebound, but not, their potential is lost. And then B is like sort of freak fight that's like, oh Jesus, that was horrible. But it's like from C to B is like from least memorable to most memorable, least stakes to highest stakes, least amount of sadness to most amount of sadness. If Bo is going heavy grappling, then I give Craig a shot. Yeah, for sure. But I think Bo's smart enough to keep it on the feet and try to get a TKO. Make a chart on the side of your stream for the tiers. Make a chart. Okay, yeah. All right. Bro, the reaction from the UFC media, like Ariel and even Chris himself, just made it so much worse. Blatant cheating that ruined the other guy's career and nearly blinded him. A tier. I think A tier makes sense. Yeah. A tier works for me. There we go. All right. And you curl for real. Hope it goes well. Oh, Ezekiel. Nice. Bro was open hand jabbing his eyes. Yeah, he was multiple times. And again, if he'd have apologized for it afterwards and been like, "Hey, I fucked up a little bit," or "Yeah, I'm not used to being back in the cage, so it happened more often than I expected, and I'm sorry, and I'll try to limit it more in the future." Like, I honestly think that this loss, like on top of everything else that's so bad about it, it could have been the reason for the new gloves. It could have further motivated the UFC into being like, you know what, we need gloves because we can't have shit like this happening on a week-to-week basis. So this loss could, beyond just ruining Weidman's career, it could have been the reason we have these shitty new gloves. So that's a whole nother level of depression on top of it. Yeah, and Weidman, again, there's no apologetic nature to him whatsoever. Need a legend for the tier. Yeah, I agree. Say, Corey Simpson, you're cool as fuck. I'm using my girlfriend's account, not my name. Wow. That's something. This is fun. Well, I'm glad that you like it, Ezekiel. I'm glad you've stuck around. But yeah, that definitely deserves to be an A tier. And it's interesting that I was just so happy about it at the time, but now just looking back at it in retrospect, like this is a horrible result for everybody, for the company, for us, for the fighters. Like it's just sort of tragic, to be honest. The only person who benefited from that was Weidman, and now nobody cares about Weidman. Let's get to my next pick. Here we go. Yeah, people already showed their feelings towards this one, but I wonder if everybody will. Bum, 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 bum. Yep, Hamzat pushing in the teeth of Robert Whittaker with a face crank absolutely brutalized him. Robert Whittaker wasn't having one moment of success against Khamzat Chimaev after his masterful performance against Ikram Aliskerov and being in contention for a middleweight title shot again, only for all those dreams to get dashed by Khamzat Chimaev. Start of the fight, Whittaker was on his keister already with hardly a punch thrown, so we didn't even get to see what Khamzat would look like on the feet against Whittaker. Didn't get to see that part of the fight whatsoever. He was physically exhausted for 4 whole minutes, just had to survive the entire time. No moment of, okay, now it's Rob's turn to put on some offense. Not a moment. And then Rob's teeth got pushed in to boot. Horrible, horrible loss. And I honestly think that Whittaker doesn't come back from this one. I don't know if he ever gets like a number 1 contenders fight again after this, guys. I'm serious. Like with his teeth pushed in, like who knows how that affects like his, and Rob is already pretty fragile when someone hits him. And like I've shown Skatesman, he's like all over the place, you know, fucking accordion in the cage. And now with his teeth just rolled all the way back, like I think the pain is just going to be even worse when someone punches him. Like we might see a completely different Whittaker in there. He could look could have a more fragile chin just from sustaining nerve damage from the teeth. So I do think this is going to have an effect on his career. Is it just me, but the new gloves are cheap plastic that don't affect eye pokes? They're the same weight, but distributed over the wrist and thumb, which is causing fighters to do damage, to damage their hands more. Like, well, you'd have to look back at the statistics to see how many eye pokes we've had over, how long has it been? The last 5 months compared to the 5 months before that, like, you have to have some proof. Old gloves are nice leather. Yeah. And they're bringing him back for UFC 309. So, like, the fights that aren't involving John Jones and Chris Weidman are going to be fun. But those fights, you know damn well that Weidman and Jones are going to take full advantage and start eye-poking the fuck out of their opponents. Hope they're taking data on eye pokes with old versus new gloves. Might not make a difference. Well, you know, fans can do that too. And I'm sure that there are fans that have done that. You just have to look for them. Bro, I would say A, loads of MMA YouTubers and pro fighters were picking Rob for good reason, and then for the fight to be a first round, what just happened sub. Yeah, on a face crank too. Like not even the face crank you expect like this. Like it was on the forearm, and it was just so quick too. It's like it's depressing. It's one of those fight results, like I said earlier, that's just like it just happened, and then for like the realization of what just happened to just flood over you. It's like it's a whole new layer of depression after it happens. Yeah, the veneers just throw them off might throw off his balance. Yeah, pretty much. I'm scared to see Rob fight in the future, to be honest, guys. A tier, I guess, works. So I'll put this in A tier. That's a good pick. Let me actually make some space. Let's make sure that Uncle Fester isn't in this image because he booked the damn thing. And did not allow Whittaker to fight Sean Strickland, the number 1 contendership. This will go in A tier again. All right. Boom, boom, boom. Here's another one. Let's get to my next one. Rob will need a year off. Yeah, just for the dental surgery and to recover and to see if he can even take a punch, you know. Rob's done. He didn't even try to fight it. No suspense, no nothing, kind of boring. Well, it was definitely shocking. It definitely put over, like, and I think what the UFC probably wanted the most out of this matchup was for Khamzat's stock to go up after all the shit that he was putting us through for the year. And so they needed Khamzat to show out. I think they got exactly what they wanted. So for the UFC, this was great. For Rob Whittaker, for fans who have been around for a while, this was real sad. Pretty bad. It's a painful lock to have on you because it feels like your face is being crushed. Like, you know, and I bet with Khamzat Chimaev, it must feel like fucking crab pinchers that are on you. Like even a tiny crab, like pinching you on your foot or your finger, like must hurt. But imagine like that's a giant fucking forearm on your face and it's just pushing. Like I've seen fighters that have held out when there's a forearm on their jaw. Like for instance, Valentina Shevchenko was stuck in a rear naked choke by or Alexa Grasso for like 2 minutes before she tapped, and her jaw was fine. Whereas this one, it only took like 4 or 5 seconds, and he was done. Like it's like a parrot's beak cracking through a fucking walnut. Rob will need a year off. I hope so. And Rob will end up losing to Kaio and Fluffy. God, that is a horrible outcome. Honestly, Rob should retire while he still can. Otherwise, it might end up like a fucking Andrei Arlovsky, But with that being, and it's so sad, guys. Like, fighters never know when to quit, and that's probably the worst part of being a fan of fighters, is just knowing that they're gonna fight past their prime and keep on losing. You pray that you get a Robbie Lawler kind of retirement, but that's like 5% of the cases, man. Smart fighters need to know how to retire on a W. Anyway, my next fight, my next pick that I have for the tier list. And you might have heard me discuss, if you're a fan of Fight Night Frankie, you might have heard me discuss this on one of his more recent videos. Poor Aldo, man. Face of a deer in the headlights right here. It is his loss to, if you can call it a loss, to Mario Batista at UFC 307. Yeah, in Salt Lake City, Utah at Elevation. Jose Aldo was laid on against the cage by EPO freak nut hugger Mario Batista, and which was shades of UFC 278 in Salt Lake City, Utah. Mario basically robbed him in the final minutes of their fight because he knew he'd lose against Aldo on the feet and showed no effective damage or control against the fence. We're not supposed to reward the Holly Holmes of the world, people. Aldo lost a bullshit split decision, and the Booker should put him up against a contender in the bantamweight top 5, Aldo, and punish Batista for his cowardice with a scary matchup outside the rankings. It's only fair. Karma's a bitch, Batista. Deal with it. I cried on stream watching this, and I'm happy to admit that, by the way, because I'm a fan of Jose Aldo, and I'm a fan of actual good things in the sport of MMA. So there you go. Where would you put this loss by Jose Aldo to that fucking coward Mario Batista? This was meant to be the start of Aldo's title run. Yep. And then sneaky little fucking Marab, Mario Batista. Both on EPO, by the way. And both of them so low testosterone that they literally have to lay on somebody against the cage in order to win despite being on drugs. You were the chosen one, Anakin! I loved you! Thought this dude retired. He did not retire. Jose Aldo did not retire. And I think he's still in it. Thought this dude retired. Yeah, if you heard Marab, if you listen to Marab at his post-fight press conference, you'd think he was retired. Fucking bastard. EPO freak. Even Montel Jackson gets him. Yeah. At this point, dude. I'd say S. The biased commentary made it 5 times worse. Yeah. Oh, Mario Batista doing really great work here against the cage. People forget, man. Mario Batista, he's a veteran, despite how young he is. He's fought them all, man. He really deserved this shot against Jose Aldo. And I think he's delivering with flying colors, man. What else is he supposed to do, guys? What's he supposed to do against Aldo? Actually fight him and have a fight and prove that he's an actual contender? Come on, man. Did he go down in the rankings much after this? Did Mario go over him? Let me check. It's a good question. Good question. I think he did. I think he did go above him. Aldo's at number 11 and Batista's at number 10. God damn it. Evil motherfuckers. Mario is ranked number 10. Yep. But I would give Aldo a guy in the top 5, and I'd give Batista a fucking bottom feeder. And as someone who's actually scary that can chin Batista as well. Joe Rogan commentating on the knees to the thigh, saying the crowd are biased booing. Bro, Mario's American. If he won, they wouldn't be booing. Yeah. Actually, they probably would, because Aldo's a legend. And any it doesn't matter if you're in America or not. They'd still chant for Aldo, because he's sort of a universe. It's why they root for Charles, regardless of him being Brazilian, he's a legend, But yeah, and also Batista's fucking boring, so I don't blame him. Above Aldo by 1. biased rankings, I mean, he did beat him, so you sort of have to. But yeah, I'm just glad he's not ranked higher, to be honest, guys. So, do you guys agree that I should put him in S? Is S fair to say a good spot? Do you agree with Ezekiel? I think so. I was fucking pissed. I'd say S personally, clear robbery. Yeah, I wasn't even like sad with the judges' scorecards. I was just sad with how Bautista was winning the fight. Or I wouldn't even say winning the fight. He wasn't winning it. But how he was trying to win is what pissed me off even before the judges gave their scorecards. So, to be fair, it was a split as well, but it doesn't make it any better. Like, just Bautista laying on him is just the fucking worst. So, yeah, I might go with S. What do you guys agree with S? Should I go S? All right, Anakin MMA agrees. I'll take it. All right, it's going in S. I've got to hear from the people first before I make the decision. I want this to be an MMA communities ranking as well. There you go. Yeah, it's funny. Like there weren't even like injuries involved. I know that there are consequences for Aldo as well as Batista, unfortunately, but it's less about injuries. It's less about just the tragedy of it. It's just fucking anger inducing, followed by salty tears level of I fucking hate this. This is the worst. Hope the UFC rewards Aldo with Yadong. The only dong that Aldo is going to be seeing in the near term future is from Jair Bolsonaro, the former president of Brazil, but or Dana White or Hunter as well, on his fucking hands and knees begging for a better matchup. That's the only eggplant he's going to be seeing. So let's get to the next. Let's go to the next pick that I got. Here we go. This one's fresh, much like Song Yadong's eggplant. We got Max Holloway. God, wow, this is quite the image, by the way. Man, just look at that, dude. That's like a Rembrandt painting. Am I getting that right? There's another painter that's sort of like Rembrandt. I have to look that up because it's gonna go all over the place in my brain. But just look at how it's like framed with Max on the bottom staring at the camera, like almost asking us for help, and then Taporia right above him. The reactions of the people looking towards the center of the painting, you know. Vermeer. There's one other guy. God, who am I thinking of? I forget. Oh wait. Yep. It's like a Baroque. Oh yeah. Caravaggio. Yeah, Caravaggio. It reminds me of a Caravaggio painting. I'd look up Caravaggio, by the way. He's a fantastic painter, but this reminds me of it. Holloway went down by Taporia. Yeah, exactly. Brutal. Song Yadong. Makes me wonder if that chin is gone. I think it is. I still think he beats a bunch of lightweight fighters, though. I think he could get dropped and still win fights against them. Also, Taporia just has different power. After round one, I saw the incoming KO. Yeah, but if only Max had just stayed strong and like managed to get away from Taporia for just a few more rounds, he would have won that thing. Wasn't to be though. I'm a relatively new MMA fan. I didn't really know Max or see his legendary run. It was expected he would lose also. I would say B. Yeah, and Max Holloway is going to come back. Well, let me give my description of the loss first. From what my understanding of it. Max Holloway got his granite chin caved in by Ilia Topuria. God, Ilya's just the spoiler of 2024, isn't he? He better chin a Dagestani next year if he wants to get on my good side. Anyway, Max Holloway was looking great against Ilya in the first two rounds, and then Ilya just decided to power up midway through the fight as he usually does and end Holloway's chin for good. It was a brutal, on Max's back knockout, a sight I never thought I'd see, and it hurt real bad. But at that point, I was just numb already with the rest of the card, so it didn't really have that much of an effect on me. I was already depressed. Also, Max can still move up to lightweight and find success, while Ilya is turning into a popular and maybe even in the future likable fighter. So maybe this knockout wasn't all that bad. So I think I'm leaning towards B tier as well. Oh yeah, for you long-term fans, I'd say A or S tier. Yeah, but the thing is, we already dealt with Robert Whitaker getting choked out, getting his teeth mashed in by Hamzat. Like, I don't know. I still see a future for Max. I don't see a future for Robert Whitaker. Me though, B. Do you guys agree with B? I honestly think it could be B, and that's shocking. But I think that also goes to show just how fucking awful some of the losses in the UFC have been this year. Like how sad they've been. That Max getting chinned by this little bastard Ilya Taporia is gonna get into B tier. But it is what it is. I think B is fair personally. But what do you guys think? I need a second opinion just to make sure that we're right about this. Man, this is a great shot, man. I like this photo, despite how sad it is. I agree, B. All right, good. We are entering the new era of MMA fighters. Yeah, we're always in the new era of MMA fighters, and then that becomes the old era of MMA fighters. And then it's about, oh man, can Ilya Taporia come back to reclaim his title against fucking Gene Silva? Like, we think that it's going to be the new era, and then it ends up being the old era in 2 years before you know it. So just remember this, guys. When we're in an era where we think, oh man, so many champions that are just going to be champions forever. Like, I don't think we're in an era of John Jones anymore. I feel like there's going to be some shocking losses for some of these champions you never saw coming. Just like Leon Edwards and Kamaru Usman, guys. It happens over and over again. We think that we're going to get a DJ and a John Jones and a George St. Pierre, and then we don't end up getting them. Like, I think there are going to be some champions that we have right now that are going to lose their belts in 1 or 2 years, and I'm not just talking about Bilal. So, yeah, I'm just telling you guys, we are in a new era, I guess, in terms of like who actually has the belts, but in terms of who's going to stay champion, like don't assume everybody's going to stay champion. Was expected. Looks like he's crying. I could see Islam losing in a year or two as well. Either that or retiring, so he'll be gone. Like the Dustin Poiriers, Robert Whitakers, Jose Aldo's, Conor McGregor's, new fighters, new champions. Yeah, that is true. But they won't last forever, and for the sake of the company, you hope they don't. Hint, hint, Marab. Yep, exactly. Although it'd be nice if a Dagestani lost to Marab. That'd be his sole fucking what's the word for it? Sole quality, sole redeeming quality. All right, B is probably good for this. There we go. All right, that's a good spot. I'm glad that we have all the tiers filled up. Next champ to lose. He's not going to lose he's going to lose the belt because he's going to give it away. It's John Jones. John Jones is going to not be champion after his fight with Stipe, whether he loses to Stipe or not. So he's going to be the next champ to give up the belt. He's not going to fight Aspinall. So that's the next champion who's going to lose. And there's Pereira, but I think Pereira wins against Magomed, guys. I think he actually chins Ankalaev. So I think he's going to stay champion longer than we think he will. Dricus against Hamzat, dude. Against Hamzat, but then but then he's going to fight Strickland and he's going to beat Strickland, DDP. And so he's going to be dealing with Hamzat later. Whereas Bilal, Shavkat is going to fight Usman for an interim title. And when does he come back? He's going to probably come back like a few months after DDP versus Strickland too. And he's going to lose to Shavkat, in my opinion. That's a good question. Taporia, he's going to keep doing his thing. Marab's going to lose to Umar. And then probably, at least. Pantoja's not going to lose to Asakura. So it's between Merab, Islam, um, Merab, Islam, and Bilal. Merab, Islam, and Bilal. God, can you imagine if Armin beats Islam? God, just thinking about it, like, I think it's either going to be Merab is going to lose it, or it's going to be Islam. Shockingly, it's going to be those two. And I could honestly see Islam losing to Armin somehow. So, what do you think of Guru's take on Merab versus Sean? Round 3 was Sean's and round 5, but one was super close. I gave it to Megan. Megan O'Leary? Yeah, she's definitely deserving of it. I mean, she's not a fighter, but you know, she's got the heart of a fighter. So I'd give it to Megan O'Leary as well. Merab. Yeah, I think it's a solid take. I think most people just whenever like there's domination in the early part of a fight from a grappler, our brains as fans just turn off. Mine did. I remember that. And I was just, oh, this is just gonna be it for the rest of the fight. Oh, this is just it for the rest of the fight. And so like I wasn't even like thinking about who's actually like winning the rounds based off of damage. I'm just like, whoever gets the takedowns first wins, or whoever gets the knockdown first wins. And like Merab was always doing that to start the round. So I was just like, oh, he probably just wins it. So yeah, I do think some fans were like weren't paying attention at certain points in the fight and didn't realize that it was somewhat close. Just like they didn't realize that Islam versus Dustin was close going into the 5th. So if he fights Aspinall or drops don't to fight Pereira, he's gonna be paid a truckload. Hank's number 1 is going to be Steve Erceg. I would put Steve Erceg at S here. S for Steve, by the way. S for Steve Carell. But I am leaving it to my fans, like our fans we got here in the live chat. So they're gonna decide where that L places. Nah, Merab dominated. This is pure cope. The only time the fight was supposed to be stopped was round 2 when Merab was. Jesus Christ. Okay, that's interesting. It's very close, but I still gave it to Merab. I think there were a few rounds where O'Malley won. I think there are a few fights where he won. Do I say that O'Malley might have gotten it? No, but I do think he won a few rounds. Number 129, Steve Erceg. Well, yeah, because you were fucking happy about it, and you picked Pantoja like a tard. Sus take. Yeah. You picked Pantoja, so you're happy about it. But when Pantoja is still doing the damn thing at fucking 42 years old and still laying on flyweights as champion, I don't think you're going to change your tune just a tiny bit. But anyway, let's get to Hank the Tank's next pick. Ooh. Man, what else did I pick? Oh, here we go. Yeah. There we go. What do you guys think of this one? Wait, no, not that. Here it is. I think this is a loss that's getting swept off under the rug. A lot of people forget, man. People are forgetting about this one. Cameron Simon losing in utterly devastating fashion. The utter destruction of 23-year-old Cameron Simon by vape dildo user Peyton Talbot. He had almost no success on the feet against Peyton and got timed perfectly for nearly everything he threw. It was a systematic breakdown of his entire game by Talbot, and he couldn't even get one takedown as primarily a wrestler. He got beaten, knocked down, shaken up badly in the fight, and then one more big right hand for good measure. Sat him down, a few more violent shots from Talbot, and it was over. Just one-sided fucking schooling, and Simon's good. He has talent, which made it even worse that he got put up against Talbot. The matchup never should have been made in the first place. Both guys were at entirely different trajectories in their careers and had no reason to fight each other. And now one of them somewhat of a star while the other hasn't been around since March. No fights have been even rumored or booked for Simon at 23 years of age. We haven't seen him for the rest of the year. Young 23-year-old kid was effectively banished from the UFC in the year for a bad loss. Guru hasn't even talked about how he's doing. That's when you know it's bad. So terrible sacrifice for a fight that I think didn't even need to happen. Like a tard, but he won. You would have hated GSP in his day. Yeah, I would have. And I find his fights boring. Aldo C tier. Yeah. Fucking L. L from the Skatesman. Again, it's based completely on his picks and what he wants for the sport. That nobody else wants, by the way. You're in there with freaking JL in wanting to see Jose Aldo lose. So yeah, your opinion doesn't even freaking matter, dude. Don't care, A or C? Don't care, C. Okay. Remember Gregor Gillespie? Yes, and he got completely flatlined by Kevin Lee. Kevin Lee fit into all this. And where he fit was a big fucking head kick right to the dome of Gregor Gillespie. His leg fit on his face. How's this man modded with these whack takes? Well, he just so happens to be my partner on the podcast, so he gets special privileges as the second half of the channel and the guy who came up with it in the first place. Kevin Lee found the holes in his game. Yes, with one head kick. Where does Kevin Lee fit into all this? He doesn't fit on the list because I don't think he fought in 2024. I don't think Kevin Lee fits on the list. Whatever. I do what I want. My son is a horrible, disgusting person. Mom, I need more crayons and titty boobs. And I was like, whatever, bitch. I'm bad. I'll break your freaking kneecaps, bitch. Leave me in a fucking garbage can floating down the river, ho. Whatever. I do what I want. Kevin Lee D's nuts on his face. Yeah, like Peyton laid that knee in Cameron Simon's chin. Didn't he lose to Renat this year? I think that was last year. No, it had to be last year. Kevin Lee. God, 32 years old. It's like Darren Till levels of young and getting buried. Oh yeah, he had a rear naked choke against Thiago Oliveira. No, he lost to Renat in July of 2023. So he hasn't fought in the UFC this year. Also, there's a UFC tier list that only counts. But he did beat Thiago Oliveira. Hey, good for Kevin Lee. Pull a McDonald's CEO lore and kick him off. Yeah, exactly. So that's brilliant from Ezekiel. I'm going to be the Ray Kroc of the Tank and Idaho Skatesman's Skate Tank MMA podcast. Oh, it's a great idea, Skatesman, but just needs improvement. It needs little fixes here and there. We got to expand, Skatesman. We gotta make this thing huge. We got to make it a franchise all over the nation, man. We have to be the face of YouTube. And then, well, looks like you accidentally signed the rights to the channel and the podcast for me. Well, looks like you got to go. Also, we have a shake mix now. And did you come up with a shake mix? I don't think Skatesman come up with a skate mix. So a skate mix, a shake mix. So yeah, you're out of here, Skatesman. To sign the contract, $1 million. There you go. I'll pull a Ray Kroc in the future, just not now. Thoughts on Nick Diaz lighting pieces of grass on fire? Hey, gotta do what you can when you're a weed addict. You gotta try to get weed however you can. Man's fucking homeless. That'll never happen. Ezekiel. Hank will quit because of mental anguish before that happens. Yes. I'm more like the Vincent Van Gogh of this channel than the Ray Kroc. But what else could you compare me? Robin Williams. I'm the Robin Williams of Skate Tank MMA. Eventually, I'm going to be gone, man. I'm going to have a smile, and then right behind that smile is going to be pure pain and agony. And eventually, I'm gonna off myself in terms of the internet. So there you go. Thoughts on Nick Diaz taking a shit outside the Apex? Don't blame him. The Apex is shit. Then again, I'm going to be probably making a video soon about how I'm going to miss the Apex. So maybe I should eat my words there. But yeah, Apex is usually pretty shit. More like Ray Kroc. Yeah, Skatesman's on it. You know, we got those references. Yes. Do you like Tulsi? Gabbard? Hardly. No, she's a neocon. She's somehow even more on the side of Israel in militaristic and other conflicts than Trump or Kamala is. She's a fucking psycho. Oh God, don't get him started on politics. Good. Yeah, good. No, he's a no, I am not. I am not. She fucking sucks, dude. I want her out of my freaking state, dude. Fuck her. I wish she could go out like fucking Dianne Feinstein. You got to cut your ear off to make the podcast bigger. I agree. It'll definitely gain some traction and some clicks. Remember when Nick Diaz got suspended for 5 years for weed? Yeah, it took away his entire prime, even though he'd been on weed before. You seen the... I don't even want to think about it, dude. I don't even want to look at a picture of her, to be honest. She's old on the outside and evil, bitter, rotten old codger on the inside as well. So nothing to really say about her. Hayden Denton, hello. Welcome to the Skate Tank Army. You watch other combat sports? Yes. We watch Ryzen, Cage Warriors, boxing when it's big enough. Karate Combat, we have done Fight Companions for that. Skatesman does Rise Fight Companions K1. We love One as well. So, yeah, we watch all sorts of combat sports promotions, and we do picks for them, too. All right, man, driving to New Orleans tomorrow. Got to call it a night. All right, catch you later, Skatesman, and make sure to drive safe, buddy. And let me know how the drive goes and what you get up to in New Orleans. Try to take the Bob method, the Bob Dylan route, and do some drugs in New Orleans and come up with some new ideas for the channel. Because in New Orleans, that's when you have your best ideas. I'd give Nancy a go if you're that desperate, for sure. Let's get to the next. Looks like people want this in C tier. Is C tier good? Where do you guys want this? I know that fucking Ezekiel thinks that it's C. Does everybody else think it's C? I think it's sort of a sad loss, to be honest. I hate losses where one guy just has zero success for a lot of it. C. Well, I'm driving to New Orleans. Oh, that shot you jail, it blows my mind and leaves me with smoke rings all the time. I want to go to a burlesque show, but the clowns always get it in my way. I don't know the guy. What's the lore of the fight? So basically, Cameron Simon, he's 23 years old, was actually looking pretty good in the UFC with a bunch of like ground and pound submissions. Good friends with the MMA guru, so I actually got to watch some videos of Cameron Simon. Just seems like a really lovable guy, very nice guy. And then he got beaten by fucking Christian Rodriguez, C-Rod, the flabby fuck at bantamweight who missed weight like 2 or 3 times and was going into his fight with Cameron Simon overweight. Beat Cameron Simon by a close decision. You know, Cameron Simon still looked good even in a loss. And as a reward for staying in there against a guy who was overweight and Christian Rodriguez, fat bantamweight, they matched him up against one of the scariest bantamweight prospects there was at the time in Peyton Talbot. And Talbot just fucking schooled him. And we've never seen him since. Nailed it. Is this DDP's friend? Yes. He's his training partner in South Africa. And I was a fan of Simon, so this actually hurt a little bit. It just sucks to see a career get derailed at such a young age, but hey, it happens to the best of them. I guess C is the word. C for Cameron. There you go. Guess it's C. And not people forget, man. People forget about this loss to Peyton as well. Cameron Simon, the guy who did the pod with Guru. Yes, that Cameron Simon. When is Fiziev going to fight again? People always matchmake for him, but he has a fight coming up, and then it falls through, and then he's on his way back to recovery, and then fans book him in something. I feel like Fiziev's way overhyped. I got to be honest, guys. Like, I think he's got a pretty low ceiling. Does Fiziev? He almost lost to Bobby Green. Like, he should have chinned Bobby Green. RDA was taking him to 5 rounds, you know? I think Fiziev's going to be stuck in the lightweight top 6 to 10, you know? What was I even looking up? Oh, Rafael Fiziev is, I wonder if he has been booked. Pretty sure he hasn't, though. Azerbaijani. Oh, yeah. Nope, hasn't been booked yet. Damn, has he been cut? I would go B then. He has not been cut, but he's been gone for a while. Bryce Mitchell. He's overhyped, but super exciting. Yeah, he's always fun. He's overhyped, but super exciting. That is true. He always puts in a good fight. I think we'll keep it at B. I like his striking style, but don't see him as a champion. Me neither, unfortunately. And Justin Gaethje, we've seen how his career has gone since that win. No second comment if for Fiziev. Oh, overrated. Yeah. I thought Cameron Simon was a middleweight, or was that a different one of DDP's? DDP's a middleweight. Cameron Simon's a bantamweight. I'm asking, where's Bryce Mitchell? Oh, where has Bryce Mitchell been too? He's overhyped, but super. I see. Yeah, Bryce Mitchell is. I don't. Oh well, yeah. He Bryce Mitchell said recently in a piece of MMA news. I saw it like last week. He said that he had been booked. He said that he was matchmaking with the big man Dana White, and he didn't let us know who his opponent was going to be. But Bryce Mitchell is apparently booked. He's going to be fighting soon. So good shit. Let's get to our next sad L. And hear me out on this one, okay, guys? Hear me out. So, I think this is a pretty sad loss. First of all, because it was in a show that was themed around Mexican heritage, and the Mexican champ loses. Second of all, it was a boring fucking fight. Happened over 5 rounds. Nothing but Valentina laying on top. Grasso looked like absolute shit for 25 minutes. Fans are falling to fucking sleep. And Valentina, who's now just laying on people as a 36-year-old woman, is champion again. And then also, Grasso had it's her worst performance of the 3. Worst performance of the 3 as a defending champion. She's in her prime. Valentina Shevchenko was in her late 30s. Should have been the exact opposite result. And now she's never going to be flyweight champion again because she broke her leg. She broke her leg. Like, this was breaking news just yesterday. She broke her leg. So she just had the worst performance of her trilogy with Valentina Shevchenko. Looked awful. Didn't have a moment of success in this fight. Valentina's an L champion now because all she does is try to get takedowns on her opponents. And Valentina is never going to bounce back. She's going to take a year off probably because she broke her leg. So it went from world champion of the world and a fantastic upset to having a great second fight where she still came off good and is now like regressed as a fighter. And now she's going to be gone for a year. So not only do we have a worse champion, horrible fight on a show that was themed around fucking Mexican fighters, and she took an L. That's horrid. And she'll never be back. Grasso broke her leg. Bryce got violently knocked out by Josh Emmett. He needed a break. Yeah, I agree. DDP in his other organization went down to welterweight, so his friend could be champion at middleweight. Oh, went down to welterweight, so his friend could be champion at middleweight. Well, that was very nice of DDP, but now he's a middleweight. He's the middleweight champion of the world in the UFC. Delete this shit right now. The only memorable thing about this fight was the money lost betting on Grasso. Yeah, salty fucking better tears. Top 5 hardest fights to watch of the year. Yeah, just sad, dude. Like, how does she have this bad a performance? Like, how? Like, is it just because she got taken down early on and she just never got that momentum back? Like, at least O'Malley, like, kept it close in moments with Merab, had some success. Like, she had no success. Who broke the leg? Grasso did. Boring as fuck. Yeah. Osteoporosis already hitting Grasso, not good. Yep. She needs some milk. Breaking leg in training is super rare. Apparently, that's what happened. How does one boring fight from her mean she will now forever do boring fights? Because that's what she did when she was flyweight world champion. She's retained her title in her last, like, when she was champion, like 2 or 3 defenses. It was through takedowns. Valentina used to be getting fucking head kicks on ladies and getting big elbows and Muay Thai shit and like having great fights when she needed to, but Now she just lays on her opponents. That's how she beat Tyler Santos. That's why she's not in the UFC anymore. Another fucking win from that honestly shouldn't even gone Valentina's way, where it was just fucking cheap takedowns that won her the fight, and Tyler Santos is now gone from the UFC. So boring fights and actual competition at flyweight is lost whenever Valentina shoots takedowns. I'm gonna look up the story just so that I'm accurate. Alexa Grasso. Alexa Grasso has suffered a broken leg in training, the former UFC flyweight champion revealed on Tuesday. She announced the injury via Instagram. She posted a picture of herself wearing a boot supported by crutches. She did not offer any specifics on the injury or a time frame to return, but indicated she is in good spirits. Broke my leg training, Grasso wrote in Spanish, but I'm fine. Send me a lot of love so that the bone hits right, please. That's all she's got. She somehow broke her leg in sparring. So there you go. What can I tell you guys? Valentina dominated the first fight, 4 rounds before Grasso luck box submission. Yeah, but she had her moments. Dominated and robbed the second fight. The third fight is not shocking. I don't know. Facts, dude. She's gotten so boring. Yeah, it's gonna be tough. We need Xiong Wang to knock this bitch out cold. Hey, and I'm gonna say this first. I don't like UFC like super pushing its talent to the top. We need Xiong Wang to win 2 or 3 fights and then fucking destroy Valentina. Am I wrong, guys? We need to push Xiong Wang to the fucking moon and have her knock Valentina out cold. Who's with me? Now she keeps the pay-per-view points by taking people down and relying on the men headlining for money. Exactly. Yeah, it fucking sucks. She sucks as a champion. Exactly. It's easy money to just do this. I'd say C, I don't get how this is upsetting. Who cares about women's fights? That is true. Juliana Pena robbed the gay girl. Who cares for real? Yeah, fuck Raquel Pennington. I'm just sort of sad because Grasso actually showed promise as a champion. She could actually box. Like she wasn't just a takedown spammer like Valentina. Now the less entertaining of the two champions is not champion anymore. And she broke her leg, so this loss actually has implications as well. Who is Xiong Wang? She beat Valentina in kickboxing long ago in a distant land. I, Xiong Wang, master of all darkness, unleashed an unspeakable evil, but a foolish samurai warrior wielding a magic sword stepped forth to oppose me. Before the final blow was struck, I unleashed a portal into the future where my evil is law. Now the fool seeks to return to the past and undo the evil that is Aku. Anyway, sorry. Xiong Wang beat Valentina Shevchenko in like 2016, 2017, somewhere around there. And she looked good in kickboxing and general boxing. And she came into the UFC and knocked out Victoria Leonardo. And she said she's fucking coming for Valentina Shevchenko. So I say push her to the moon and have her destroy Shevchenko in a championship fight. But she's facing somebody else recently. Oh, she's going against Gabriela Fernandez pretty soon. She's also called Joker, and she's got a fucking big ass smile. She actually wears Joker makeup. She's fucking unhinged, and you gotta love it. Gotta love crazy ass Asian women in MMA. Zhang's striking defenses look slightly stretchy, to be honest, in recent fights. Yeah, she's gonna lose eventually. I love Valentina. Just wish she talked more shit. I hope Amanda Nunes comes back and knocks Penny out cold, though. I do too. Well, I have more hope that Kayla Harrison destroys her. So we get Harrison versus Nunes. Don't want to be grapple fucked. Learn how to defend takedown. Simple. Yeah, she used to. She used to know how to do it, and then she just forgot how to do it. She looks like Mulan. That is true. Crazy ass fucking she-man version of Mulan. Grasso got taken down and didn't even attempt to get up. Yeah, it's so weird because she was able to before. Surely they train how to get up. Yeah, it's what makes it the fight even more perplexing, in my opinion. Trained 3 times for this woman, and now you can't ever just get up. Makes no sense to me. But let's go to the next one. Let me know what you guys think about this one. People are going to forget this one too, but it did happen. Gilbert Burns losing to Jack Della Maddalena. Brutally losing to Jack Della Maddalena. Gilbert Burns against Jack Della Maddalena at UFC 299. Not only because Burns came so close to winning at the end of the 3rd round, but got finished brutally by JDM. Late ass stoppage too. Took the referee like 10 seconds to get to him. He's just getting fucking elbowed over and over again by Jack Della Maddalena after he kneed Burns in the face already. He could also barely sit in his stool afterwards. So they just let him sit in the cage. Sad ass face from Gilbert Burns too. He looked messed up after JDM beat him. And after that, he got dominated by Sean Brady too, which was a very unfortunate fate to befall such a beloved welterweight vet. So this was fucking overkill. Bum Grosso. I got served my first piece of raw chicken yesterday from a fast food place. Jesus Christ, we'll never get fast food ever again then.
Oh, unbelievable.
Oh, the Paradox of Chat is super happy. Steph clinched up and hit a 3 in the last 20 seconds for the W. Let's fucking go, Warriors. Hell yeah. Let's go, Warriors. More of the dubs from the dubs. Let's go, Curry. Classic fucking Steph Curry right there. So yeah, anyway, Warriors are gonna win the NBA finals, and I'm happy about that. Docs is a Stephen Curry lover. I mean, who doesn't love Steph Curry at the end of the day? I'd say B, this is the end of Gilbert Burns. Yeah, and that's the reason why I don't want to put him versus Brady. Because honestly, Burns sort of showed negative fight IQ in that fight with Brady in moments. Like, I didn't think he had that much of a chance of winning against Brady, but like there were moments he could have done more. You know, you get the feeling he could have done more against Brady or could have found a way to win. Whereas with Jack Della Maddalena, he was gonna win, and then they just got it taken away from him, and he hasn't been the same since. I didn't type Stefan. Well, his name is Stephen. It's Steph Curry. Yeah, his name's Stephen Curry, guys. Come on. Short turnaround after a brutal KO loss. Yeah. And he at least he didn't get completely dominated by Brady. Whereas this one was just brutal. Yeah, B definitely works for me. Da 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 da. Boop 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 doo doo doo. Jingle bell time, such a swell time to rock your night away. In the bell time, such a swell time to go riding in a one-horse sleigh. His name is pronounced Steven, but he's try hard calling himself Stefan. Interesting. It's a neat little conspiracy theory right there. He definitely chooses mouth guard, much like Patrick Mahomes does. So maybe he's not a Steph after all. Maybe he's a Patrick Mahomes, who I hate, by the way. Fuck the Chiefs. I love the Warriors because I'm from here, but I'm sure that the rest of the United States doesn't really like the Warriors all that much, just like they don't like the Chiefs all that much. Didn't know your people celebrated Christmas. I've been celebrating Christmas since I was a kid, dude. My parents are fucking based. They celebrated Christmas regardless, and they don't even have a religious faith, but they still celebrate Christmas because Christmas is a fucking W. I mean, I wouldn't correct him. Move along. I will. Nah, Chiefs are goated. Fuck those fucking Chiefs. can't hate on Mahomes. I absolutely can hate on Mahomes. Mahomes just seems like a snotty fucking prick, dude. And his brother's a fucking mess too. His brother has been like jailed like 20 fucking times. Or the times he has been jailed are for fucking rotten ass crimes, dude. And I gotta assume that Mahomes has a little bit of that fucking evil in him too. Just seems like an asshole. I'm sorry. Hank is in the Christmas spirit. I am the atheist Christmas. All right, I'll move on. Fuck those Chiefs. FKC. FKC. He is better than Brady, I will say that. He's not a complete butt face like Brady is. But I was rooting for Brady against Mahomes. I'm sorry, I just fucking hate Brady and I hate the Chiefs. What can I say? Anyway, let's okay, that's B tier. Now let's move on to oh yeah. People are gonna remember this one. Wait, where is it? Oh, here it is. This one's fresh in the memory because of what happened a few shows ago. If Anakin MMA were here, he would have some thoughts about this L. And I don't know why. Mike Malott getting finished by Neil Magny with 15 seconds left in round 3 of their fight in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Malott's hometown after at UFC 297. After he was dominating Magny the entire time. Took away all the hype of Canadian Chandler, and Chandler still hasn't gotten it back. He gets no spot in the rankings. Got booed by his fellow Canucks for his performance against Giles afterwards. So pretty much all hype around Mike Malott is over after this fight. It's not even well liked anymore, even after a W. What could have been for Mike Malott if Magny hadn't miraculously gotten him down and finished him? The last great hurrah of welterweight gatekeeper Neil Magny, I guess. But this is going to be Magny's only W. I guess you could take solace in that, but like, I like Canadian Michael Chandler. I like Mike Malott, Canadian fucking Mike. And he always brought the fucking hype going into his fights, and he was good for business. And it seemed like a nice guy as well. And then he just got the win taken away from him, and he's never looked the same since. Not going to lie, I loved it. Okay, Chad has a different opinion. Nice. Isn't that crazy part? Patrick Mahomes is so successful, but his brother is a complete degenerate. Yeah, when you got a family that encourages the behavior, happens like that. But sometimes you've also just got a brother who's bad news, and sometimes that's genetics, man. Hank wants to criminalize weed. No, I don't. When's the last time you smoked weed? I took an edible a few months ago. So bro's a crack addict. I'm 4 months, no weed, never felt better because it allows your mind to be more clear. Went from an occasional treat to 2 times a day very quickly. Yikes. He's Canadian. He's boring. He's a wait. There's a word for that. He's not Puff Daddy, of course. He's a cream puff, I think it was. So you live in San Francisco. Can you show the homeless people? I am not in San Francisco. I'm not in San Francisco. And I'd never tell you where exactly I am because it's the fucking internet, man. I'm surrounded by strangers. I've had some crazy dreams as well from not being on, not smoking weed or smoking weed. Do you agree with C tier for Michael Chandler? I mean, for Mike Malott. Oh, no, I was sad about this because I like Mike Malott. But some don't, obviously. Fighting and certain fighters are subjective. It just sucks that he was doing so well in front of his hometown, and then for all of it to just get taken away from him. Yeah, once you get off, you start to get REM sleep. Who's my favorite fighter? Nate the Train. Nate Landwehr. Bar none. He's just fun. He brings a fun fight every time. He's Nate Diaz if he was actually fucking, in it to win it and actually had a fun fight beyond just 2016. Like Nate Landwehr is just Mr. Entertainment, everything you could ask for. Has great fights, has talent, cuts a great promo. after he's done. They're getting worse recently from Nate Landwehr, but I think that's because he was fucking concussed, to be honest. Nate Landwehr, just because he's always having a fun fight and he's a character. And I was a former wrestling fan before I was an MMA fan. So personalities are definitely, I like personalities way more than others might in MMA as MMA fans. So it means a lot to me when someone has character and personality. And that's Nate the fucking Train. And he also always has a fucking fight of the night candidate. Let me guess, Nathan Lavey. That's another Nate for sure. And as a man of my faith and as a man of Israel, I got to support my brother. Smoking weed suppresses REM sleep like alcohol. Yes. So off weed, you can dream, and after a long time of no REM sleep, you have a huge buildup. Like, wow. I'm gonna have to get on weed, dude, to test that out, to experiment with that. Feel bad for Nick Diaz and his meth problem. Yeah, it's a shame. Or at least that's what it looked like for me. Jesus. Yeah, he looked it, just the way he was just gangly and his arms were thin and his just sunken pores. That comes from certain drugs. Nick the Train in the UFC. Hey, quiet down. Quiet down. My mama ain't raised no bitch, baby. Where my wife at? I got a highlight reel like Evil Knievel. I got a swagger like Elvis Presley, and I'll be damned if I ain't handsome. Yes, sir. Nate the Train in the UFC. Seems like nobody cares about this one. So I'll put in C tier. Bunch of fucking C tiers, man. Oh, well. Giddy up, jingle horse, kick up your feet. Anyway, Nate Diaz is a fent addict. That makes sense as well. I'd honestly prefer him being a meth addict rather than a fent addict. Yeah, get addicted, then quit for the goofs. Yeah, exactly. Like, no, November. I was a bad alcoholic for about 5 years. Once I got sober, I started having dreams again, and they were so vivid. Amazingly cool, especially not dreaming for a long time. Yeah, but I wouldn't become an addict to do it. Like, it's just not worth it. As Plankton said in that one SpongeBob episode, it's not worth it. It's just not worth it. Goodbye, everybody. I'll remember you all in therapy. Good question from Ezekiel, by the way. Heading to bed. See y'all next stream. Catch you later, Hayden. Good to see you, man. Welcome to the Skate Tank Army. Everyone talking about how they quit alcohol and weed while I'm doing both and laughing. Good for not in the AM, bro. Eventually, it'll come back to haunt you, though. Just letting you know. There might be a point where you might have to limit it a little bit. I was going to say, did you wake up thinking the dream was real? Ooh. Take it easy. I was not saying becoming addicted to something to have cool dreams. Aw, man. I thought that was the moral of the story. Quitting alcohol can kill you. Did you taper off or did you die? Good question. I don't think he died because he's commenting in the comment section, but he might have died spiritually. Yes, I tapered off slowly and surely. I was drinking a fifth of vodka. Dare me to drive? Liquor a day. No, I'm not a quitter. Yeah, this man's committed. He is an idealist. He's an investor in the future. A scary, scary future. Hi, my name is Non the AM Bro, and I've been sober for 0 days. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. I have been sober for 0 hours, 0 days, 0 minutes, and 0 seconds. I am truly a hero, guys. Finish the tier list. I will. Always stay live. Finish the tier list. Mr. Jiggleball, did you wake up thinking the dreams were real? Yeah, back on topic. Okay, anyway. What question of mine did you say was a good one? I fucking forget at this point because you motherfuckers are doing too many comments in here. But let's get to our next one. Oops. You guys should know this one. Yeah, God damn it. Fuck. Hold on. We got it. There we go. Yep, Tai Tuivasa's submission loss to Marcin Tybura. There we go. That's right. The end of Tai Tuivasa's legitimacy as a heavyweight. Taken down and couldn't do a damn thing on the ground, and slowly but surely got choked out by Tybura, also known as Frankenstein's monster, depending on what place you're talking about him in. In the apex, with nobody around, Tai Tuivasa lost to Marcin Tybura. No one wanted to see this happen to Tai Tuivasa, but it did, and now we're here, being finished in a few rounds by Marcin Tybura at the worst stage of Tybura's career, the moment we realized Ty wasn't cut out for the UFC. He's not UFC material. After this loss, he had zero success anywhere against Jairzinho Rosenstruik. Young Tai Tuivasa was washed. So, Hank is your AA sponsor? Yes, outside of streaming. Yes, sir. Gonna get laid, doobity-doo. Gonna get laid, doobity-doo. Quite the visual from Ezekiel. That is not religious at all. Where is bro's leg? Oh, yeah. It's in the fucking stratosphere here. And then, oh, Jesus Christ. Whoa. Yeah. I think his leg is like tied around, like his foot is tied around his other foot. So it looks like his leg's fucking broken, but it's actually like an optical illusion. Whereas Tai Tuivasa's leg is out in the air like he's doing fucking him from Powerpuff Girls gym exercises. So there you go. Yeah, Tai Tuivasa, man. We thought he was the future for a second. Do we looks like his pussy is showing. Yeah, when you got the fucking circus coming to town and all the circus freaks there. Yeah, it looks like their anatomy is in places that it shouldn't be. Bro, his leg is in his shorts. Is it? I mean, it's somewhere around there. Like, again, that's his belly. That's his belly. God almighty. MMA knowledge. Yeah, about where the legs are. Lol, what question you said? What is my name? I don't know how to answer that. I was shocked at the Volkov versus Sergey fight, honestly, just because of the Derek Lewis Sergey fight and Lewis Volkov fight. Yeah, but man, looks like Volkov's going to be a fucking problem in a dark horse at heavyweight. I got it way wrong. I still love Ty, yeah, despite him being utterly washed, and probably loses to every single heavyweight, even fucking Tafa. This fight took place on Tai Tuivasa's birthday. That makes it even sadder, dude. Like I'm considering A tier. And I think B tier, between B tier and A tier. I asked if your balls jiggle. They probably do. He wouldn't name himself that for nothing. Bonus points. What are you thinking, A or B, guys? No, I just asked if you woke up thinking your dreams were real and you're still in them when quitting drinking. No, you asked about his username. You did ask him about that. And don't lie. We are in a court of law. Have your hand on the fucking Bible, dude. Did you or did you not ask if Mr. Jiggleball's balls jiggled? I'm between B and A here. Yeah. Shit, that's just Ty's belly fat. I thought that was his leg going down his shorts. Yeah, no, that's just his real ass fucking belly. I know it's a small slide. I'm sorry. Why do you think 80%? Interesting. Oh, God. Yeah, Volkov making his stride down the road. I like it. I like Volkov. I like fucking finely combed hair Volkov. Fucking Chad, dude. Should that, yeah. A tier? Okay, sounds good. Real quick before I go to the Waffle House. Jake Paul. First stop is Atlanta. I got plans down by the Waffle House. Jake Paul, Mike Tyson. I'm going with Tyson. I guess it's one of those fights where you got to sell your soul by picking Jake Paul because he's just a fucking degenerate and no one in their right mind should just pick him out of hatred. But I'm still going to go with Jake so that I don't burn people's money. I care about the betters because Zionism was created by the devil. Yes, Zionism's pure fucking evil. Jiggle balls don't cope. Yeah, and don't even think it has anything to do with religion. These people just want fucking money and land and to slaughter people that don't look like or practice like them. I don't even know what cope is. It's like the new word I hear my son using. What the fuck is that? Coping is like dealing with something. It's like, cope. Making excuses. That's like that's a good synonym for it. Coping with something is making excuses for something. And like deflecting, I guess, is another one as well. Hank, you are the one who can talk about it. You are literally Jewish ethnically, yeah, but I don't practice it. I don't even read the Torah or anything. So I don't know anything about the fucking religious shit. I disagree. I say C tier. So we got to go B tier. For what I'm going to have next, it actually makes sense to do B tier. Coping is literally a word. It is a word. You have a son? Yeah. All right. I'll go with B. It's still a fucking sad loss, though. It's pretty bad. God damn it. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Mr. Sandman. I gotta make some space here. Oops. There we go. All right, that's that one out of the way. Oh, I know that lol. My son and his friends use it in the wrong term. They say it like every sentence I like saying bet. Go. Okay. All right, everyone. Take it easy. Have a good night, Tank. See you later, Mr. Jiggleballs. Good seeing you here. Yeah, it's exact meaning in the dictionary. Jiggleballs has a son. Ezekiel is going to take full advantage of that. He's going to go full fucking creep about it, dude. Doxing the shit out of him. Yeah, some of us are adults and have a family. Sorry to disappoint you. Yeah. It's better than being a basement troll, that's for sure. Goodbye, Mr. Jiggleballs. Mr. Jiggle, cool people. He is. I am not disappointed, Jiggleballs. I want a son. Okay, crisis averted. Thank God. Well, you know how to do it. All right, let's get to the next one. Actually, I'm gonna go for one more before that. This should be ingrained in everyone's memories who actually knew how this fight happened. Steve Urseg's loss to Alexandre Pantoja. He was, bro, why am I catching strays? Because you I mean, you went after him being a father in a joking way. That's all I'll say. And then you said Jiggleballs has a son like earlier, and then you said it the second time. So you got, yeah. I mean, when someone just says that out of the blue, you can't like put emphasis on it. You know, this is a public forum. Like, come on, you got to understand that people have lives, and dude, sometimes there are creeps in here. You don't know who you're telling this shit. So if someone mentions something personal, like don't emphasize the personal thing or like make it something. That's all I'm saying. I don't want to give you strays. I'm just saying a word of advice is like when someone says something private or personal that they accidentally let slip, like don't focus on it because it's mean. It's on and it's can be dangerous. But I did not say anything bad about him being a parent. I just didn't expect someone named him to have a son, so I was surprised. Oh, okay, got it. No problem, Ezekiel. It's fine. Anyway, let's move on. Yeah, Pantoja. I think that Steve Ursig was the guy to beat Pantoja. I seriously do. I think he was tied going into the 5th round. If Ursig hadn't shot a takedown, he would have won that fight. It can be argued that he still won that fight because Pantoja did absolutely nothing on top and honestly didn't even win the 5th round. And so Ursig should have won the fight. If we're judging based on damage over control, I feel like Usyk wins 3 rounds to 2. Now there was a moment where Pantoja did like cut Usyk open with an elbow at some point, had him up against the fence. He did do some damage. Pantoja had a role to play in there, but for the most part, it was Usyk just fucking walking Pantoja down and beating his ass. And I feel like we're not going to get a style of matchup that's going to be a kryptonite for Pantoja again for a long time. So this is just terrible for the flyweight division that Usyk lost this, especially with Australia being a market. And then right after this, Steve Usyk got chinned by Kai Kara France. So now we know he'll never fight for the flyweight title ever again. Ever again. And so this is like the ultimate what could have been of 2024. It should have gone Usyk's way because it was in Brazil and it was fucking bullshit. It was horrible officiating and corruption. The entire fucking card. It was a unanimous decision win for fucking Pantoja. No split. It was just fucking bullshit, dude. And so ridiculous. I hate Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. It always takes away the valid results, just like the fucking Middle East and Abu Dhabi. And so Steve Usyk was the guy to become flyweight champion, and they just took it away from him. And now he got chinned by Kai Kara France. And so we'll never have a dude who's going to beat Pantoja for another like 2 or 3 years. So this is like the bad ending right here, as far as I'm concerned. And I'm a big fan of Usyk too, so it fucking killed me. Yeah, I would have expected Mr. MMA 123. Thoughts on Rigo? It seems like most of what Musical MMA was saying about him was true, based off the clips he was doing of him, and what he did to Richard F. alone. Guy's a fucking creep and a pedo, just like fucking Eagle MMA, and you can't get banned from YouTube for. I mean, there isn't like a specific video or stream. There are some streams. So honestly, if we counted streams as something you could get banned for, he should be banned for some of his live streams that he's attended or that he's made. But in terms of content, yeah, he's gonna stay on YouTube. Fucking bitch boy for suing Musical MMA, bitch boy, because he said nothing but truthful shit about Rigo. And if you didn't want someone to talk about it, don't fucking do it. So Rigo, and also he yelled at my friend Dylan Big Red in his chat, just showed up on StreamYard and just cussed at him and called him every sour, bad, evil fucking thing he could out of his filthy fucking mouth. So Rigo's a fucking rat, in my opinion. He's off his fucking meds 24/7. He's a creep. That's what I got to say. Rigo banging them hoes in El Salvador. Yeah, with a different name. Not gonna lie, I never watched this fight, but Guru said he won, so that's good enough for me. I'd say A tier corruption ruined the flyweight division. What you said exactly? Why is Eagle MMA a creep? Because he said he likes to grape little boys in his live stream and was proud of saying that you should do that. And he's also actually the head of a Boy Scout troop, which makes it even more creepy. And he's talked about RAPE several times and endorsed it. He's a fucking freak. And also, he goes up to bat for Lost Soul MMA, who's also just a loser. Goes up to bat for him all the time and just says the creepiest fucking shit. So I don't fucking like him. He just seems like a horrible representative of online MMA, and there's just creepy shit about him, and he plays into what Rigo does, and probably knew what was happening with Richard F. and did nothing. So that guy should get fucking banned from YouTube. Such a boring fight, and Urseg looked behind in skill. I don't agree. Who sued Musical? Rigo did. Rigo did. Bro is dropping the lore. He filed a civil lawsuit against Musical MMA for telling the truth about him. So Eagle's a fucking pedo. Damn, didn't know all this was going on. Everything makes sense. Yep. Poor fucking Richard, dude. That's all I'll say. Damn, that is creepy. Like, a one-off joke is bad enough and not acceptable about that, but adding all that extra shit, yeah, it's like fucking Drake and academics and the hip-hop industry, where it's like there's victims of their little friend group that they have online. They're predators. Anyway. Yeah, this is going to go in A tier. I think it makes sense for this to go to A tier. Should have been the one title change that we deserved as MMA fans from the UFC in 2024, and we didn't get it because of corruption. All right. They can't sue. Maybe they can actually, but not really. They've sued over smaller shit before. Like you doubt the effectiveness of the legal system or the actual ability of the legal system. It can happen overseas, dude. He's not out of the thick of it yet. Got to be careful calling someone that, even if they are. You need to get concrete proof saying it on a big platform. Yeah, but um, musical MMA did prove it. And then he proved that Eagle MMA was in on it too. So I'm supporting what he's saying. I'm not saying it myself. I'm just supporting what he's saying. Don't clip this shit, by the way. So don't get me in trouble for saying it. I'm just saying that he said it, and he made a 40+ minute video all about it. So public defamation. Yeah. He got to use allegedly. Yeah. If he was a public figure, then you're free to say what you want. Yep. Musical didn't say that either, I don't think. Yeah, but he's implying these guys are not on that level. I think he said weirdo or something. Yeah. You could say predator, though. If he proved it, then he's good. Yeah, he made a whole video about it. I wouldn't say it if I didn't see a video that convinced me that it was true. What could he even sue for? It's a civil case. Musical has nothing to give up. It's a pointless claim. Yeah, let's just hope he doesn't go through with it. You're good, big dog. We're all playing characters. Exactly. Yes, I'm playing the character of Hank the Tank. I am playing the character of Hank the Tank, so it's good. Hilarious about what happens behind the scenes. Yeah. Interesting. That's for sure. Now we're getting to the loss that I think a lot of people were waiting for. Alexander Volkanovski getting chinned by Ilya Taporia, losing his belt, just like how many months as well? 3 months? 3 months after getting knocked out by Islam Makhachev. Gets knocked out again in brutal fashion, slept by Ilya Taporia. This Spanish fucking gnome, Conor McGregor wannabe, is the featherweight champion. At least that's how he felt at the time. We were all pretty upset about it. Hold on. Yeah. Ilya Taporia knocking out Alexander Volkanovski at UFC 298. Poor old man Volk had been knocked out only 4 months ago, and seeing it happen again so soon for some might have stung even worse. Ilya Taporia, in his natural state, is a dickhead. Conor McGregor wannabe. So Volk at the time was KO'd by an angry little Spaniard, Conor McGregor. Conspiracy theories of what could have been if Volk hadn't been KO'd by Islam were abound. Now we see that nothing would have changed with his knockout of Granite Chin, Max Holloway. Still, the fact that the arguable featherweight GOAT at the time, Alexander the Great Volkanovski, came back so soon only to get chinned again and have his belt taken away hurt. And now the UFC's featherweight champion is a smirking, turtleneck-wearing supervillain. So, yeah, I was just sad seeing him get chinned the second time in a row. I put this on the level of Aldo. Although I could see it going in A tier as well, since we saw it before. If you make a video online calling someone that and it's not true, or you don't have proof, then it's defamation. It could affect his life, like getting a job. He had lots of proof. Exactly. He made a whole fucking video about it. And if you want to actually know about it, go to Musical MMA's channel and watch his video called We Need to Talk About Rigo, and then come back to me and tell me what you think. Got proof of him doing Diddy shit. Being in people's streams. I think he's just, what's the word for it? He's just at the fucking bottom of it. There's more shit to talk about with him as well. Yeah, I don't know the scenario. I'm just expanding why he could sue. Yeah. The tip of the iceberg. That's what I was trying to get at. Rigo tried grooming an MMA YouTuber, and now that new YouTuber no longer makes vids because he realized he was being groomed. If you got proof and are only broadcasting the proof, it's not defamation. That's what he did. Female or male? This is a male. broadcasting rumors, it's defamation. No, he has literal video evidence and accounts from other people. S tier, the Islam one was heartbreaking, and so was this one. Yeah, it is his thing. Not doubting the claims. I'm just saying what defamation is. Yep. Mm-hmm. That's what he did. All right. Yeah, I think this goes in S tier. So I agree. I'm putting it in S tier. Um, Volk and Aldo wear the crown. two former featherweight goats right here with Aldo and Volk on top of the Saddest, which just goes to show how much respect the MMA community has for featherweight champions. That's why you keep an eye on your kids. In the C tier were guys that nobody really cared about or knew or wanted to care about. B is fighters that we somewhat cared about and just brutality of how they were finished. A tier was based on bullshit for the most part, and S tier was just fighters that we truly respect, just getting beat in the worst ways possible. Got some weirdos trying to pick them up on YouTube. Yep. Walking around with my female friends, I see so many creeps staring at them all the time. Cruel world. Yep. Unfortunately, a hormone-driven world a lot of the time. And women are often the victims of that hormone-driven world. But men also are gay for each other, and that's why Richard F. was why that happened. So none of us are safe. And so this is why people take up MMA in the first place, is to defend themselves against fucking creeps. So you got to keep yourself protected. You got to be strong. 6 a.m. in the UK, my sleep routine is finished. Well, Ezekiel, if you need to head out, you can head out, man. Don't worry about it. You don't have to stick around in my stream. Ezekiel for sure, dude, especially if they got a body. Yep. And that's why you can never be too careful in this world, even beyond just creepy sex shit. Like, there's just dangers everywhere. You could get hit by a car tomorrow. So you always got to have the mentality of a survivor when you're walking outside the house. That's just my opinion. You only got one life, guys. So keep it fucking safe. Yeah, Aldo and Volk are on top. Should I include Cedric Doumbé losing to what's his name? Yeah, Baki. That's his name. His nickname was Baki. People forget, man. People forget about this one. How much longer are you streaming for? As long as chat allows it, man. That's why I'm asking you guys. Should I end the stream right now, or should I include Cedric Doumbé versus Bayzangur Shamsudinov in PFL Europe? And should I expand to all-time saddest losses, or do you guys think this is a good spot to stop? Stream until UFC 309. I don't know if I can do that, man. I can't reach musical MMA levels of stream length. Stream until the end of time. Got it. Hey, 316 Immortal is here. Nice new profile picture, by the way, 316. Hi, Hank. Just seen you live streaming just to say, sup, bro. I'm wondering who you got for the main and co-main event of UFC 309. I think I got John Jones, unfortunately, because they've stacked the game in his favor, and they've always been stacking the game in his favor. But especially this time, they're allowing the old gloves so he can do eye pokes, and allowing 12-6 elbows so he can get away with those as well. So Jones is obviously going to win. I would love Stipe to win, though, if he can crack Jones in the first or second rounds. And then Charles Oliveira, I think he's going to beat Michael Chandler. Just with a takedown and submission threat, I think he beats Chandler. You said it was up to chat. Well, I'm just asking you guys, how much do you want me to expand on this? Anyone else fascinated by space and the creation of the universe? Jesus Christ, we're going to go on forever. This is This is Skate Tank MMA, not Cosmos. Order you some coffee and natties. No. Jones by what? I think it's going to be by submission. Dude has no knockout power, so he's going to get it done by submission. Probably second round. Second round sub. I got Jones and Charles. I got Charles by first round sub. Now how the universe is still expanding from the Big Bang. Yeah. Expand on it until UFC 309. Big Bang is now and still continuing. It is true. Yeah, it continues to, but eventually we will get the heat death of the universe. So watch out for that. I'm going to sleep, so I'm heading out, bro. All right. Honestly, I don't think anyone gives a shit about Doombay versus Beck, so I'm not going to. I'm not gonna include that. I think we should come up with 5 more. How about this guy? 5 more for the all-time saddest losses. And I'm gonna try to give you guys some suggestions, and I'm gonna wonder what you guys think. Let me think. Saddest fucking losses. What do you guys think? I got DC losing to Jones the second time, and then getting interviewed by Joe Rogan afterwards, even though he was crying and in a horrible state of mind, and they still fucking interviewed him. Have a good stream, brother. Thank you. To be honest, everything they told us is probably just a theory. Don't know how the Big Bang is possible. Jesus, I gotta get the fuck out of here. Can you sing Old Man Stippy? I will. I'll sing Old Man Stippy at the very end. We could be in a black hole right now. It's a theory that there are universes inside black holes, and inside those universes are more black holes. It continues, and that's the theory of different realities. Yay! I thought we'd be torn to shreds if we were in a black hole. Saddest losses: Mike Gundry getting subbed in front of his dying dad. Jesus. UFC London, Mike Gundry dedicates fight to terminally ill dad. Jesus. That's rough. Yeah, that is sad. I'm gonna include that. All right. And then also another sad one was Mark Coleman losing to Fedor and his kids like crying with him afterwards. Do you guys remember that? When Coleman lost and his 2 girls were with him and they were just like screaming and crying. That was fucking rough. Having your kids with you to watch your loss, like I think that's a sad one. When's Father's Day, by the way? You guys need to remember to celebrate Father's Day. If you got dads, you got to be happy to have them, unless they're pieces of shit. But if they're not, hold on. Oops. Let me. Oops. Let me add this somewhere else. There we go. Technical difficulties, fellas. There we go. I used to believe the fake evolution bull. Every species has a descendant, not just humans. Like we're not just descendants of monkeys. We're descendants of multiple species. Kurgan start video on black holes is insane mindfuck. I believe in a flat plane Earth with a dome on top with God's creation. Sorry, 316 Immortal, but I'm going to say that's scientifically disproven. Sorry. Unless you're joking. Well, that's the point. We don't know what is inside or past the black hole, but people think they're gateways. Oh, no. It is going to be bad. I got to probably get out of here soon. I got one. Cain Velasquez, what is lost to Junior Dos Santos. They've done research papers on black holes, gateways. If you look up MMA Guru reaction, Mike Gundry losing, he laughs about it. Jesus. That's sadistic. What the fuck is going on with my drive? God damn it. There we go. All right, there's another one. Yeah, Mark Coleman having a really tough loss. It's okay, Hank. I respect your beliefs. I do too. Just gonna say, I hope that you continue to try to reassert that your theory is correct and continue to try to prove it. Like, it's good. I mean, in some ways, it can be good to be set in your ways about key things, but I'd say keep trying to find the truth. Keep trying to find the truth is all I'll say. Keep trying to look for up-to-date information, because no matter how right we are right now, we're going to be wrong tomorrow. So I'll always be curious is what I'd say. I believe in evolution. I believe death is the end, like before you were born. Yep, I agree with Ezekiel. Sorry. Once people understand NHI and UAPs, then we have conversation. I mean, it's all just theories, Mark. There's no concrete evidence on black holes other than that you die and you enter everyone. Every other theory is valid in gateways. I can give one of the many proofs. Yeah, I think we're good. I think we can call it a day here. When humans realize they no longer the apex predators of the universe, they will cause public panic. Okay, it's time to go, everybody. It's time. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for viewing my tier list as I ramble my way through it. I think this was a productive one. I'm glad we got some new people in here. Thank you very much to MMA Guru, as well as Gray Shirt and Aaron Tats. There was one other person who helped get the raid. Who was it? Someone else got the raid. Do you guys remember who got the raid? But whoever did, and I'll look back at the stream feed. Thank you very much to whoever was in Guru's members chat and asked to raid this stream. I truly appreciate it, guys. This channel is going to keep on growing. We're going to keep making great work for you fucking guys. So thank you so much for watching, guys. See you in the next stream on Wednesday. I'm going to do Hank's Think Tank, same time, same schedule. And until we meet again, guys, you have escaped the war zone for now. Old man Stippy, he's got a wee hat. Old man Stippy, he's greater than that. Old man Stippy, he spat on his bat. And old man Stippy is going to whack that fag rat. Let me tell you. Old man Stippy.